Hi guys, this is Faye of Tales of Faye, and for this video we are going to talk about Carrie Fisher and her mother, Debbie Reynolds. May they rest in peace, and may the force be with them wherever they are. They're nightingales singing whenever they want to. Okay, let's start this topic with Carrie Fisher. You know, before her death, all I knew about her was she was Princess Leia, and in 9gag people are posting about her, not today, or you will not take Carrie Fisher 2016. And actually I wasn't really sure how she looked like at the present day at that time. So yeah, basically that's all I knew about her, Princess Leia and 9gag. Then she dies. So I was bombarded, not only me, but the whole world was bombarded by posts and by news and by a lot of things, videos about Carrie Fisher and that she died that day. And while I was at the office, the first thing that I did was open my email and then Yahoo News, and oh my god, how many articles were there about her. And I was like, oh, this is Carrie Fisher, and that's how it started. That's why I'm doing this video. And that was how I was introduced to Carrie Fisher and later on her mother, Debbie Reynolds. So after this bombardment or this blitzkrieg of news about her death, I eventually I eventually read and viewed a lot of videos and articles about her. It's kind of sad that we often just know about someone after death. The next day, I was, again by Yahoo News, I was informed that her mother, Debbie Reynolds, died the next day that Carrie Fisher died, or the day that I opened my Yahoo News. Knowing that Debbie Reynolds died a day after her daughter died, Carrie Fisher. It's quite tragic and also symbolic of their relationship. I found out that she's this adorable grandma and mother. Also, she's very talented, charming, funny, and also quite a character. So I then searched her on YouTube because I wanted to see her films that she made during her golden years, and I was introduced to Singing in the Rain, which actually the first time that I heard about Singing in the Rain was when I watched Glee, and I didn't really like their rendition of Singing in the Rain. I'm singing in the rain, and then you can sing under my umbrella. Didn't really work out for me. But I love Singing in the Rain, especially the song Good Morning to You. Good morning, I hate to wait, lady. Actually, a funny story about that. So, okay, I bumped into this song Good Morning to You, which Debbie Reynolds was one of the singers. And how do I say this in English? Last song syndrome. So when I was in our office, I was singing good morning, again and again and again and again and again and again, without another lyrics besides good morning to you. So yeah, it's quite annoying if I was my office mates. I know that they were, I don't know, no one was complaining, but I know that there were some people who were annoyed, but they didn't really show it. So there was this time where I was like a researcher about Carrie Fisher and Debbie Reynolds, and what I found out about Carrie Fisher, her mother was a great singer and performer. And Carrie Fisher, I only knew her I knew her as her Princess Leia character. But then I watched this documentary about them, Debbie Reynolds and Carrie Fisher. It's entitled Bright Lights, and I found out that Carrie Fisher also has a wonderful voice, just like her mother. In the in the documentary, you I really adore the relationship between Carrie Fisher and Debbie Reynolds, but it was said that they weren't in good terms, just like how they were at the end. But what you saw in the documentary is such a beautiful bond between them and dynamism, which I really want to have and lack, because my mother, well, she's kind of a traditional kind of mother, so yeah. But Carrie Fisher and Debbie Reynolds, they're like best friends, which I really adored. They were filled with music and creativity, so when Carrie Fisher sings a song, then Debbie Reynolds will sing along, and then they would have this beautiful, spontaneous duet. How I love that about them. I'm quite envious really about their relationship. Now, both of them are Hollywood stars. We have already established that. And throughout the years, Debbie Reynolds collected numerous Hollywood memorabilias. A wonderful collection. She had expensive, rare, and iconic pieces that she wanted to turn these things she wanted to build a museum with these things, but sadly that never happened. From Marilyn Monroe's iconic white dress at the 7-year itch, where she was like there was a draft, and then her skirt was woo, and to Dorothy's ruby shoes. She had them, and I'm not sure about the Dorothy ruby shoes if they auctioned it, but the Marilyn Monroe dress, they sold it, I think, for millions of dollars. I'm not exactly sure about the exact amount. Now, I'm not really sure what is left of her collection and if they are auctioning other things posthumously, but for me, they auctioned. It was with Debbie's permission. She wanted to auction some of her things, and in the video Bright Lights, she explained that she wanted to somehow retire because she still works at her age. When she was still doing these performances, well, not dancing, and she sings and stand-up comedy, entertaining people, and she wanted to retire, and that's why she was selling some of her collection for the money. And for me, this is heartbreaking. If you're Debbie Reynolds and you had this dream of building a museum, but then it never came true and you have to sell your collection. It's just like me selling my books and my Lord of the Rings collection. It's like sacrificing a big chunk of who you are. These artworks that have been a part of Hollywood, given or sold to private owners. And maybe, I'm not sure if there are museums that maybe some of the pieces are now inside a museum. Well, hopefully, just like what Debbie Reynolds initially wanted to happen to them. Speaking of artworks, if you have already watched the movie Bright Lights, then you have probably seen the House of Carrie Fisher. And the House of Carrie Fisher is whimsical, adorable, weird, and it's surreal. It's who Carrie Fisher is. It's a reflection, if not a clear reflection, of who Carrie Fisher is. It is somehow a symbol of who Carrie Fisher is. And just watch the documentary. It's not your average home. It has some unique and surprising parts. Her house. There are signs, and there is this butt of a lion, and the half of the lion is as if it's passing through the wall, and what's remained that you can see is only the rear part of the lion and its legs. And yeah, I do recommend the Bright Lights documentary to you. And if you're watching this, so you're probably interested in them. So there is this picture of young Carrie Fisher at the side of the stage looking at her mother performing, and it was this such heartwarming photo of mother and daughter, and I made it my desktop wallpaper because I don't know, it was such adorable. It's so cute and such a beautiful picture. I don't know if it was staged, but if it wasn't, then there you go. Now in this video, I'm not putting Debbie Reynolds and Carrie Fisher on pedestals. Actually, they also have their own fair share of, well, drugs, bad marriages. But what I really want to share with you is the relationship between them and the contribution they gave to Hollywood with their talent and also their charm and their, I don't know, there's something about them that's really interesting. If they are still alive, no, I would have wanted to meet them, but unluckily I was introduced to them, or I found out about them after their death. So what's left of me is some videos and pictures that were taken when they were still alive. As perfect or imperfect this two may be, Carrie Fisher and Debbie Reynolds, they will be missed, I know. And actually, because of Debbie Reynolds, I'm somehow into old music again. I have here some vinyl. Actually, there's one song here that is by Debbie Reynolds. That's Tammy, Tammy. That's Debbie Reynolds' song, Tammy. Tammy's in love, Tammy. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask me down below at the comment section. Also, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and also share this video if you want to. Thank you everyone for watching. Bye!